Oh, I am live. Do you ever get lost in thought when you shouldn't? Like when you're like, you need to be doing something? Because that happens to me all the time. Welcome in. I am Captain Calhoun, and you are on the lifeboat. Welcome aboard. Thanks for being here. Jason P., Caitlin, what's going on? Jane Aldrich, good to see you guys. Welcome aboard. We're going to talk about some insomnia today. Which is interesting because I slept really great last night. But the night before, you all know, was very off. I got like an hour of sleep 2 nights ago. And then yesterday was like all thrown off because of that, right? The lack of sleep. I ended up napping in the morning. My everything about my schedule was thrown off. My work, my exercise, my eating, everything about it. But I made sure to push through so that I could go to bed on time last night. And then now we're here today. Feeling great, having slept my normal schedule, back at it again. So we're going to talk about, now that I'm on the other side of all that, what it entails. I don't know if we've ever done an insomnia boat from the Captain Calhoun, so we're going to go ahead and give it a go. TKK, Barbara Aldrich, Miss Sunrise Dawn, Skimbleshanks, good to see you guys. Jack Court, Skimbleshanks, I don't know if I've ever said hello to you. Hello there, good morning. Avoiding all things bad for now, I tell you what. I like that. Schedule is insane. I hate it when I feel like my time is demanded from every direction, right? Even if it's just by my schedule, not by people, right? And I don't like that. It doesn't feel like I have lots of room to breathe, you know? Robin Miners, Mary O, hello, hello. Jack Court asks, is your dad okay? He was having a rough night last night. We spoke this morning. He's doing all right. He's doing as good as he can. This is a part of the deal, guys. This is a part of the recovery journey. We are human, you know? We are on the boat, you know, talking about stuff and doing things, but we are only human. And especially with the history such as my dad's, I think that these days are going to come and go. So, and I mean, I have days like this too, right? Where I'm just not feeling great, like I want to go use. And I think that when you feel that way, it's very important to talk about it. So I'm really proud of my dad for just fearlessly coming on and talking about it, because that's what we friggin' need to do. You know, otherwise we keep that stuff inside and it's gonna thrive rather than be put down. Let's put some ones up for Mary O and her husband. My husband needs them today. He's lost his father. Oh no. I still remember the day when we lost Papa Scoville. I'll never forget. I was hanging out with my friends. We had been partying all night, and I got the phone call. We were like walking through the snow back from the gas station or something. We had gone to go get coffee. I think we had run out or something. And I just like laid down in the front lawn, let my friends go inside, and just kind of stared at the sky. It was really sad. Sorry to hear that, Mario. Let's also put some ones up for Matrix. Matrix Rabbit is not having a good time. Matrix Rabbit is back in the hospital. Send them some love and some care, please. Back from hiding. Thanks for the shout out. Absolutely. I love that name. Oh, my shoe came off. That's okay. All right. So let's get into this insomnia, right? Let's get into it. Let's see what we got here. So I think we all know what insomnia is, right? It's a clinical disease. And we're going to talk facts and ideas. I've been having trouble sleeping. Insomnia can be caused by stress, traumatic events, certain medications, other sleep disorders, substances like caffeine, tobacco, and alcohol, right? So, you know, if I'm having coffee in the afternoon, I'm probably going to have trouble sleeping. Sometimes I'll be puffing on my vape just religiously right before bed, and it makes it hard to sleep. These are things that I need to be conscious of because I often will do nicotine unconsciously, right? I will honestly just do it. So I need to be aware of that if I want to sleep well. And I do want to sleep well. There's nothing quite like the uncomfortability of not sleeping well and like the effects that that has on a person. Jason P., thank you so much for your support, my guy. This boat, Captain, Admiral, and crew never fails to make my days brighter. Thank you all. Much love. Ones to all who need them. You are the man, Jason P. Dude, you've been working some crazy hours. I'm really glad that you Still get to hang out and you get some time to relax with your family, man, because you deserve it. Roberta, what's going on? Have a nice warm mug of tea and slip off to sleep. I forgot about that. There are substances that will assist with sleep, and this is a perfect example. The tea that Roberta sent me is very good. There are a lot of teas, there are a lot of things that we can ingest, and we will get to that. Gail Bryshon, what's going on? Okay. I'm listening to that Paramore album I was talking about yesterday that gets me all emotional, but I've already listened to it a couple times this morning, so I think the tears are done. I texted Lucy today. I don't know if now is a good time to talk about that before we even get into the material, but I was sitting here thinking about yoga, I think, about the yoga video that I said I would do and never did. And then I was thinking about like my studio space, and then I started thinking about Lucy and the apartment she lived in when we met. Before I moved in, she had to like set up like a yoga studio. And I was thinking, man, she would love this streaming stuff. She would just be so good at it. So I texted her and I told her that. Um, I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but I felt it, so I figured I would tell her that. Mary, oh, you're so sweet. Because I needed you and you were all here for me. Thank you. You know, you guys don't have to donate. I mean, I'm not trying to discourage the donations, but we do what we do because it's what we do, right? We do what we do because we friggin' have to. I have to. I have to be doing this. This is what I need. So I really am glad that it is benefiting you guys. And I really, really appreciate the unending support that you guys give. It just is so humbling. But yo, you guys all deserve to have people around you that understand and care. You know what I mean? Everyone deserves that. And that's what we're trying to facilitate here. One of the many things. Shout out to Mario. Much love. So, among other things, right? There's a lot of things that can cause insomnia. We said stress, traumatic events, certain medications, other sleep disorders, substances, among many other things. Now, in my case, it could be caffeine or I was going to say tobacco or vaping, right? It could be my nicotine. Definitely not alcohol. I'm not drinking these days. I don't think that that was what caused it, right? I have pretty much a standard intake. I have like a schedule for my coffee, and I am very conscious of the nicotine before bed. So I don't think that's what was going on. It could be. I don't think that though. I think it's more likely due to traumatic events in my past. I think that when I have trouble sleeping, it's because my brain gets going and I don't shut it off, or I can't shut it off, or what have you, right? So the first part of this show, we're going to talk about in the moment when you realize what kind of night it's going to be, what we can do, right? And then we can talk about stuff like preventative measures, like diet and stuff later. But right now, I want to focus on because often I won't know. Like it, what's important is that I get good sleep, and I honestly will realize that I'm about to get bad sleep right before I'm about to get bad sleep. Right? I usually don't have a lot of time to like plan this out. Like the preventative measures are kind of like a routine, like a lifestyle, like just a way I go about things. So we're going to focus more on in the moment because that's what I think is more pressing. If I find myself in a position where I'm about to get bad sleep, I need to do what I can to make it better. Um, that's what I focused on here. So when my brain starts running, it's hard to stop. And I think y'all can relate with that. When I realize what kind of night I'm in for, there are certain things I do to help the process along. The first things first, I pull that journal out and I write down everything that's in my head. I write until I have nothing more to say. Often, if my brain's running like that, I have a lot to say. And sometimes it's just a matter of like, sometimes my brain like has a lot to say, but I feel like I don't have a lot to write. Like they're two different things. They're totally not. Whatever my brain is saying is what I write down on the page. Right. So I just do that until my brain is like done saying stuff. Sometimes it'll say the same thing over and over. It's like shouting the same stuff, right? I'll just write that thing a few times until I get tired of it. What this does is processes things in your head, right? It tricks your brain into thinking, okay, we've addressed that. We've given it the college try. Speaking of college tries, it's also very important that I give it the college try as far as sleeping, right? I need to lay down and like give it a good try, right? And the reason that is because Sometimes I psych myself out. I need to lay down and give it that college try to see exactly what we're dealing with. It's necessary, right? Maybe it is just in my head and I need to write it down a little bit, right? And then I can fall asleep. Maybe if I lay there for like 30, 40 minutes, an hour, maybe I will fall asleep and I don't need to go through all these steps because really, ideally, I don't want to be doing body squats in my living room at midnight, right? That will help. But if I don't have to do that, there's no reason for me to do that, right? So let's give it the college try. Let's bust out the journal and let's see what happens, all right? That will yield results a lot of the time. Zaphod Beeblebrox, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you, bro. Feisty Irish. Feisty Irish asks, was it because you contacted Lucy and that brought up the past? Are you talking about my insomnia? Because I contacted her today, and I had bad sleep 2 nights ago. But that is like when if I get her stuck in my head, it is hard to sleep every time. This is one of the things that I do sometimes. Mary O asks, "Have you tried listening to audiobooks while trying to sleep?" Most of the time, if I need background noise, I'll put on like some chill music, something that's doesn't have a regular hip hop beat, something that's relaxing. Um, but that also doesn't help sometimes. Sometimes listening to a book does help, but then I don't retain any of the information from the book, so it's like not really reading. TKK says I'm on 72 plus hours without sleep. This is when hallucinations start to happen. That is very dangerous. If you go another day without sleep, your body is going to start shutting down. This is very dangerous, TKK. You need some sleep. That is extremely dangerous. I'm pretty sure we can only go like 4 or 5 days or like 3 days or something like that without sleep before bad things start to happen. You are on the cusp of terrible, terrible reality. What's going on? What is going on? That knowledge freaks me out a little bit. I'm a little worried, but I'm glad you shared. Good morning, Renee B. Yeah, feisty. I don't think that's why, but it is totally a legit reason. Like that could literally have been it, but it happened the other in it happened in a different order. So that wasn't it this time. Oh, you got pain, TK. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. We need to figure out a way to get some Z's under your belt, yo. Well, I guess this show is perfect and apt then, huh? So I'll give it my college try, right? Well, then what? If that fails, there's a couple tools left at our disposal. Sometimes I'm hyper focused on something in particular. In fact, often, right? Like a show for the boat, an event, or interaction that took place, something that's going to happen tomorrow, right? If I need to process through whatever I'm focused on. If the journal didn't do the trick, exercise will, right? I think I put that in the wrong place here. Yeah, I need to process through whatever I'm focused on. If it's a show for the boat, like this is just an example from my life. I will sometimes if I will get up, I will sit down and I will start working on it. Right, whatever I'm worried about, whatever part of that is but bugging me, and I can't like let go and put away. I'll just work on it until I get through that part. Right. Ideally, we don't do work in the middle of the night when we should be sleeping. But I mean, if it's going to take that obsession out of my head and allow me to relax and sleep, I'm going for it, right? I'm going to sit down at this computer and I'm going to work it out. Sometimes, um, let's get my bearings here. If it's like an interaction or something that's going to happen, like I'll play the tape through. Maybe I'll bust the journal out and write down some situations and kind of imagine how it may go, right? And then maybe that'll put my worries to rest because what we're really dealing with is an overactive mind in a lot of cases. It's not always the case, right? This can be caused by caffeine, tobacco, alcohol, other sleep disorders, medications, right? But if it's not these things, if it's stress or trauma from the past, it's most likely that we're hyper focusing on something and we can't let it go. The ants, right? So if the journal didn't work, if working through it isn't applicable or it didn't work, I will literally get up and I will start working out. I'll do some push-ups. I'll do some body squats. It is a weird friggin' thing doing body squats in my living room at midnight. But hot dang, does it make me tired. I tell you what. And you can like you don't have to do what I do, but the concepts are right. Like exercise, getting myself tired, running the tape through, getting whatever is playing in my head out, right? Playing it, processing it, whatever I'm focused on in my heart and my head, I'm working through it, right? These are the concepts, and we can do that a bunch of different ways. You don't have to do body squats in your living room. You don't have to write it in the journal, right? You can take that method and apply it in a different way, right? Some people do the voice memos, right? Maybe I need to talk to my voice memo until I'm done talking, until I have nothing left to say, right? Maybe I need to I don't know, do some pacing or like go for a walk. My dad likes to go for miles, walk for miles and whatnot. Maybe you just need to go for a little walk, take the dog out. I don't know. But you see what we're doing, right? We're applying the concepts into action. So you don't have to take the actions that I take. What's going on, Crushik? Welcome in. How you doing, man? It's been a while. Mary O says, yes, I'm about to go hit the craft room for a little self-care, turn it into art. I love that. Yeah, and sometimes I just need to be a little creative, right? Sometimes that will put my heart to rest and my brain to rest. Sometimes I just need to do a little art. And again, it's weird painting in the living room at midnight, right? But if it's going to do the trick, I'm going to do it, right? If it's going to bring me to sleep, I'm in. Um, you know, Rolling Stone, what's going on? Katrina Schaff, hello, hello, good morning. Welcome in, guys. Thank you all for the well wishes for my father. I really appreciate that. He's doing all right today. He's doing as good as he can be. And again, this relapse is a part of the process. He didn't relapse, right? But last night's show, he said, "I feel like getting wasted." That's just a part of the thing, yo. It's going to happen to all of us. If we're on this road of recovery, we're going to have days like that. And the fact that he got on here and fearlessly admitted it and talked about it makes me happy, makes me proud. That's what we need to be doing in those situations. If I feel that way, I'm going to come on here and talk about it 100%. In fact, I more often will have bad mental health days than I will have I'll have bad mental health days more often than I'll have like weak weak recovery days. I don't know how else to call that. Like days where I feel like using. I don't have that very often. I'll have passing thoughts, right? But more often than not, I'm having a bad mental health day if it's a bad day, right? So that's the kind of stuff I usually come on and admit. But doing pretty good, man, says Crushik. Got a 94/107 on my college biology exam the other day. Yo, that's basically 100%. It's just 94%, right? Either way, that's like A minus at worst, right? That's pretty friggin' good, bro. I have to say, you're killing it. Tapering off methadone still down to 28 milligrams a day, bro. You're killing it. Proud of you. Where's my trophy at? Almost broke it, but it's okay. It's how I know I'm alive. I try to throw things around and catch them. Dude, killing it. Good job, Krushik. Keep up the good work. Know that we're always here and we care about you, bro. So keep us updated. Even if it's not good, let us know where you're at because we want to know. Super stoked to hear all that, bro. Katrina Schaff says crafting used to be my therapy, but I've lost my inspiration somewhere along the way. I can relate with this so much. You might just need a new craft or a new hobby. It might be time for a novel experience, and it might rekindle some old passion, or you might discover new. I would highly recommend because I can relate with this so much, especially when big changes happen in my life. It feels like the stuff that has been a staple, like maybe whatever I'm being creative with, doesn't make the transition so cleanly, right? Sometimes I need to find how I fit in my new environment or something to that effect. Galen says, I appreciate Tommy being open with us. It shows a vulnerable side we all have. Yeah, totally. We're all human, right? My dad and I are just only human. I don't know. That wasn't the right way to do that quote, but I'm a huge fan of The Matrix. He's still only human. Yeah. Yeah, he's only human, but he can bend the rules, bro. Gotta watch out for Neo. Hey there, Chow Yun Smut. Took me a second. I see you, though. I see you out there. Thanks for the shout out, Chow Yun. Hear you on the good versus bad mental health days strongly, yo. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not alone. It would be tragic if what I was experiencing was like solely for me. But luckily, we all have terrible days. Isn't that a crazy sentiment? That's kind of a backwards way to feel. But Mother Bird 63, hello, hello. Morning, y'all. Morning, y'all. That came out funny when I said it. I'm looking for your statement on the left so I can read it. It's bigger over here. Having lots of anxiety, just trying to find car insurance I can afford. Bought a car yesterday. Every single thing I have to do without my husband is causing me so much anxiety. I hear that. I definitely hear that, Mother Bird. You know, car insurance is expensive. I heard an ad the other day that was claiming that cheap insurance is just a phone call away or something. But I'm sure that you've seen that ad too. Um, I don't have solutions for cheap car insurance, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I also think that insurance in general, is the biggest scam known to man, in my opinion. I understand that it's like a legality. I understand, like, if I crash into something and I cause damage or I hurt somebody, like, I understand someone needs to pay for all that. I get it. I just think that there should be there's got to be a better way. I understand these numbers, right? These funds, the amount that it costs to repair and whatever is extensive. It's not something we have laying around, but I think that inherently is the problem, right? Maybe we shouldn't be driving these crazy things that we can't afford the responsibility that comes with, right? I also understand that's unrealistic, right? The logistic part of the country would fail without trucks and cars and whatever. But insurance, man, it's a terrible solution. I'm paying for something that I might not use, I'm paying for something that I'm most likely not going to use most of the time. You know what I mean? I'm paying into something. Anyways, that blows me away. So I don't have a solution. I just have doom and gloom for that. Mother Bird says they give you a quote, then update, and it's 3 times as much. Absolutely. That's my experience as well. That is my experience as well. Flick Fox, yo, yo, yo. Good to see you. Been listening while finishing something up. Plus side to me being up till 4 a.m. last night. Finally tackled emails. See, there you go. Right? There's stuff that's like living rent free in my head, like all the emails I didn't answer, all the comments that I didn't read yet. Right? Get up and get that stuff done. It'll help you. It'll help you sleep better when all that stuff's not in your head. Right? Down from 10,000 to a few hundred. Holy crap, Flip Fox. That's a lot. My eyes hurt today though. Well, I'm glad you went through that. I feel like once an email is a certain age, it has no use to me, especially if it's from like most of them are time sensitive. Like whatever situation we were talking about or whatever promotion was sent to me, it's not valid anymore, right? Because so much time has passed. So I like to delete emails that are a certain age without reading them. But the trick really is to not let them be unread, right? Don't let them pile up. Easier said than done. Chowian Smut says, Spanx, the way I see it, it's better to have it and not need it than the other way around. I feel the same with travel insurance. I think you're definitely right. If money wasn't such a struggle for me, I wouldn't talk down on insurance very much. If I could afford it, I wouldn't be mad about it. Now let's complain about groceries. No, I'm just kidding. Um, Loud enough. Well, sing it back to me. I got a feeling sing this loud enough. Sing it back to me. Sing it back to me. Love this album so much. Shout out to Paramore and Brand New Eyes. Best album ever. No, it's totally not trivial. Mother Bird insurance is stressful, unaffordable. It is a source of stress for a bunch of people. I think we can all relate with this, yo. And I hope you find some good insurance. I hope that you find something you can afford that's going to take care of you and your family, you know? That's, we all deserve that. Yes, Mario, I did. I believe it was, I have it in my notes still, by Gillian Welch. I forget the name of it, but I dug it. I liked it a lot. I'm not huge on folk, but it's growing on me the older that I get. I don't know what it is about. I guess maybe not. It's not only my taste buds that change every 7 years. I guess my ears change too. But certain things have been growing on me, and folk music has been one of them. It was good. It was really good, Mario. I really liked it. I need to find more genres that I like that are more like accessible for live music, because I have to say, um, it's not always the easiest thing to find a metal show. Cindy G, what's going on? I love a song that tells a good story, though, Mary. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons I like this brand new Eyes album so much, is I can relate with the stories she's telling so much. Indigo's Insights, what's going on? Welcome in. Cindy G. Krushik says, marijuana helps me eat and sleep, especially since I'm tapering. It will definitely do that. And if you take the weed out of the equation, it becomes more difficult to eat and sleep for at least a little while, which is interesting. I have gone in and out of regular marijuana intake for a lot of my life, and sleep and appetite have been something that have suffered when the consistency isn't there, right? And also, I mean, I was on ADHD medication from a very, very young age, and I think that screwed my appetite and my sleep habits up quite a bit as well. And now I have lasting damage, which is awesome. We all love that. Good morning, Indigo. Ruby's mommy, hello, hello. Kristen Melinda says, oh, I worked in health insurance for 7 years. I'll talk down about it. Heck yeah. My buddy, I just recently reconnected with a buddy of mine. His name's Hayden, and we got sober together way, way back in the day, the first time around in AA. I'll have to remember what year that was, because I would like to have him on and interview him, and kind of catch up, kind of like Dad did with Sam the other day. I would really, really like to do so. But we were hanging out and talking, and he got a job selling insurance, and he loves it. Apparently, he's pretty good at it. So I'm pretty stoked about that. He needs a good gig. Fun fact: Hayden was the first person I was to smoke crack with. Also, not to throw him under the bus or anything, but I think it's kind of funny. Arlie, good morning, good morning. And thank God neither of us are doing that anymore. Let's like just come out with that too. I feel like every time I admit to that, I need to also admit that, yo, we're not doing that anymore, guys. Let's remember. It's almost been 2 years. Yeah, get you some gummies, mother bird. I'm glad you're staying with your son. I'm really, really glad that you can do that. I'm sorry to hear about your husband. Let's get some ones up for Mother Bird as well. Hopefully, she can find some affordable insurance, right? Some serenity. Kristen Melinda says, I didn't sell it. I managed a team of folks who reviewed things for approval or denial. Wow. You were the bad guys. Oh my. I still love you. That's awesome. I have the power. Kristen Melinda has the power. Indigo's Insight says, what causes insomnia? I've always been curious if it's chemical, emotional, situational. All of the above. Jeremy Fowler, good to see you. Shannon Trim, hello, hello. Yes, the many things can be the cause of insomnia. Some of which are stress, traumatic events, certain medications, other sleep disorders, substances like caffeine, nicotine, alcohol, among many other things, right? This can be chronic, this can be acute, this can be situational. Insomnia is one of those things that really it's hard to really nail down what the issue is unless you know, right? You need to kind of look inward to find out. Often for me, it's because the brain is just running out of control, and I think that's related to stress and or traumatic events, right? But if I'm hitting my vape or something way too hard before bed, I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping. If I'm having caffeine in the afternoon, I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping. And if something happened today, or I'm worried about something tomorrow, or if it's like Christmas Eve and I'm a kid, I'm gonna have trouble sleeping, right? There's all kinds of issues that relate to this. So because of that, it's especially important that we stack the deck in our favor, just like with recovery. We want to be making sure that we're getting good exercise, we're getting a good diet, right? Want to make sure we're not doing these things that contribute to sleeplessness right before bed. And if we are experiencing stress or the ants, right, the head, the mind running, we have some tools we can bust out. The journal, do some exercise. Body squats in the living room at midnight make me tired. It's weird, right? It feels strange. But I did 60 the other night and immediately fell asleep afterwards. That's how I got my hour of sleep. I want to watch some He-Man now, Flick Fox. Sure, Beast Man, Skeletor. The gummies that my dad likes to get are pretty good. I tried them to help me with sleep a little while ago, and they worked pretty darn well. And the key with the gummies is less is more. I've noticed as well. Shannon Trim says I have a lot of issues sleeping lately. Also, with the changing of the seasons, this is going to be something that we get. This is going to be a part of that. You know? Yeah, get him, Jeremy. Jeremy, I'm listening to Paramore's brand new Eyes album today. This album has been one of my favorites since I was 19 or 18, since I met Emily. I don't know if I've ever told you all about Emily. She was my first love. I just dropped her actual name. Um, it's a very common name. I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, she had this album on vinyl, and we would jam it. And then when we broke up, it she shattered the album. She threw the record against the wall, and it broke into a million pieces, and it was really sad. So I bought her a new one. But it still just slaps so hard, man. Sometimes it makes me a little sad, but it's a great album. All I wanted was you. Just that sappy stuff, bro. But it's also rock. The drummer likes that snare quite a bit. Pretty stoked on the fills and the rolls and stuff. I would give a toe. I would sacrifice a toe to go see them live, but I probably won't have to. I'll probably just be able to go see them. Oof. Well, at least you still got it. Is a good one. Yeah, 100%. Got a golden doodle, says Katrina. She is adorable. Still mourning my last pup, but my husband wanted a dog, so I'm going to try. They hurt when they pass. Absolutely, 100%. They're a part of the family. They're a part of the family. Would you name your golden doodle? Indigo's Insights raises a great point that I have not mentioned yet. I noticed that not having my phone in bed or TV in my bedroom helped a lot. If I have sleep trouble, I'll go into the living room and watch some videos or read till I get tired again. Sometimes I find myself scrolling on the phone just endlessly, even though I'm tired, and I just can't tear myself away from it. If I put that sucker down, I can totally go to bed. Sometimes I will do this exact thing, go into the living room and watch some TV. And sometimes that helps like tire me out, but it's the same as scrolling, right? Sometimes it's hard to make the decision. All right, now it's time to go to bed. Flick, this kind of sounds like you're like me and your brain just gets going and going and going. And it's hard to get off the train sometimes. I can relate with that. I tell you what. One's for the past four-legged friends, says Jeremy Fowler. I'm with it. Let's put them up for the fur babies. Her name is Violet. Aw. Yeah, phone scrolling is scarily addictive. It is dropping endorphins on your brainstem constantly. It's crazy. I'm really glad that you guys got through that, Jason. Holy crap, it's scary. Much love. Much love, Jason P. You bought a lockbox for your phone with a timer on it, Kristen? And haven't used it. I don't know if I could bring myself to use it, you know? When the phone's in there, can it just ring and vibrate and act a fool? I guess you could just turn it off, right? Well, that's pretty much what I have to say about Insomnia, guys. Maybe I should slow down, and we'll have more time to hang out. But we are just going to hang out a little. I think we're going to do some art today. Today's an art day. Let's see about this here. There is some dust all over this camera. I'm going to have to clean the desk today, I think, and get this clutter out of here. You know, cleaning your desk and feeling like your space, like I have elbow room, is so important, I have to say. I feel like I'm trapped sometimes because I don't clean my desk. So I'm going to go ahead and do that today. But yes, we're going to be doing some art later. 2 p.m. I have to figure out what time zone I'm in. I still haven't done that. We're going to be doing art in about 4 hours. It's 10 o'clock where I'm at now. Well, 9:43. But at 2 p.m. where I'm at is when we're going to be doing this. So in about 4 hours. And maybe it's time to visit the grass. Maybe it's time to visit the grass and or the water again with some detail. I also eventually would like to come through with some effect that makes it look like the wind is blowing. I don't know how I'm going to achieve that, but it is on my to-do list. So we're going to do something to that effect later today. So come check that out. Um, mm, mm, mm. Hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications if you like what we do here. It certainly makes a big difference. I haven't seen Annika since I received her gift, but check this out, guys. Look at how creative Annika is. Shout out to Annika. You're the best. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love this painting in the rocks and the magic rocks. And again, this one is my favorite. Look at that thing. It's like a black hole sun. Black hole sun, won't you come wash away the rain? Perhaps put some kind of waves on the water. We could definitely put some ripples. I'm picturing a still pond. I guess if the wind's blowing, it's not a still pond. That is a great point. I didn't even think about that. Who said that? Where'd it go? What is happening? I swear I just saw it. That's what I'm talking about right there, Robin Miners. Robin says, I'm just looking at my workspace and so much crap. I can't even set down my tea. That happens to me more often than I'd like to admit. Oh, Jeremy said that. Absolutely. We're going to do something to the water to make it look like it's windy. That is a great point. I hadn't even considered that. Probably do some like ripples coming out in the direction of the wind, right? And then whatever I do in the air will have to follow that direction, right? Setting an alarm for art class at 4 Eastern. All right, 4 Eastern. I think that sounds right to me. Yeah, shout out to Annika. Annika is great. Hope she's doing well. I'm sure she's just busy. She lives a busy life. It's 11:45 here, says Claudia. All right, all right, all right. Ripples, that's the word, lol. Hell yeah. Perhaps some kind of waves on the water. Thank you for that suggestion, dude. I needed that. Flick Fox says, I seem to sleep better when I'm with someone. I need them to tell me to go to bed. I wasn't lying when I told you I can be like an overgrown toddler. Interesting. When I'm with someone, I have a hard time sleeping, which is the most unfortunate thing because I love being with someone when I'm sleeping, but I sleep better alone. I have more practice. Sharon Ludlow, hello, hello. $1 billion. You guys are fun. You guys make my mornings great. You guys have made my mornings great again. Oh, quoting Trump makes me like feel guilty a little bit, but it's so fun. He's a funny guy. He says funny things. I don't think comedic value is like a quality that really is important in a president. But dang, maybe he picked the wrong profession. Maybe he should have been a comedian. You know, then all this crazy crap that you hear about him wouldn't be. It might be less. Like we might not care so much if he's a comedian, whatever. You know what I mean? No, he's running the country, guys. Anyways, we don't talk about politics, but I do quote Trump sometimes because I think it's hilarious. Yeah, he does have some good phrases, whatever your persuasion. Indigo says your morning streams helped me get through dark times recently. That makes me feel really good, Indigo. It makes me like that's why I do it, right? I want to. I mean, I also do it because I need to for me, but it just it's so humbling that I'm actually affecting people's lives. That blows me away, and I'm super grateful that I can do so, right? That I have the capacity to do so. Great minds think alike, Rolling Stone. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, dude. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. I don't think I've seen that one, dude. I don't think I've seen that one. That's going to be a part of my regular Trump quote if I can find that video. I had no idea he said that. I mean, what hasn't he said though? Holy crap. Flick, mic drop. Looking forward to seeing you all later this afternoon, says Jane Aldrich. Me too. Much love to all. Sent with strength and light. Yeah, man, I think I am gonna shut her down. Much love to all. Thank you all for being here. You guys are the best. Shout out to the mods, the whole crew, to my dad. Let's one more time put some ones up for Matrix. I'm gonna forget now. I think it was it Cindy G. I'm gonna have to scroll up and figure it out. Let's put ones up for anyone out there that needs them. For the fur babies, for Matrix. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful day. Be good to yourself today, all right? You deserve it. You deserve the world. You're dazzling and tremendous. Don't forget it. Captain Calhoun out. I'll see you guys 4 p.m. Eastern.